The motto of the DC Self-Defense Karate Association is discipline, respect, positive expectancy. I love it when students progress through my school. To see them more confident, more happy, it's just wonderful. It is the big reward of my life. I started martial arts strictly to learn self-defense. And after I got into it, I only gradually began to realize that the other aspects of martial arts were what really appealed to me, and that's why I've stuck with it for almost 50 years now. The strength, the fitness, the health, the healthy attitude, the healthy emotions, the healthy body, and the ability to look at things in a much more positive way, to persist no matter what, and then to feel a great sense of mastery and ability to do something no matter how hard it was. It's more important to me that my students do what's best for them, set their own goals, figure out how to persist in that, figure out how to control their own mental attitude, the things that make them stronger, happier, more resourceful people who also give a lot to the community. And within this community, there's a lot of giving. Everybody gives. The kids give to us, we give to the kids, everybody gives to each other. The encouragement and the community and the feeling of being in a family are very strong and very supportive.
I enrolled Ismail because I figured that one, he needed to do an activity, and why not be an activity that teaches discipline, that teaches sort of self-control and also protection for oneself. What he enjoys the most is learning new techniques, is also learning how to express himself verbally and physically, and I see the progression throughout the months and the whole year, really.
I've always been interested in martial arts and learning how to do it, so I just took it as an opportunity and I began. I had a little part where sometimes I didn't want to go, but then I started really getting into it and I went as much as I could every single day. The most valuable thing I've learned is probably how to use what I learned in karate class outside of karate. I've learned to always get my hard stuff done first and to never put it off to the last minute and to take responsibility for what I do.
I started training with the Karate Institute when I was 3.5. And I've gone from being really small and not really knowing to being serious, committed, and working as hard as I can in class. Being young, people think, oh, they don't know much. They always think, they're like, oh, when you're older, you're wiser. So I think learning how to defend myself, other people don't know, so I have the advantage of knowing what will happen if someone comes and attacks me.
It's not all about getting the black belt, it's all about what you were able to take away from it. A black belt symbolizes that you stayed with what you were doing, you were determined, you kept a good attitude, and you made it all the way to pretty much the end of your journey in karate.
It gives you an idea that if you stick with something, even if you don't know what you're doing to begin with, and you stick with it and you're focused on it and you concentrate and you make an effort, that you can improve and you can get to a level where you're satisfied with your progress.
It's so exciting to see them get way past their initial self-concept, way past the limits that they saw for themselves or imagined for themselves. And then when they're proud and strong and capable and more loving and more compassionate, because they don't feel threatened by anybody else's ability and they don't feel second class or second rate. They're great and they know it, and it's wonderful, and it affects their ability to go out and do something else that's hard as well.